Hi students, how are you? I hope you are all safe at home, right? Okay, last session we had discussed about the chapter matter around us. So, last section in that what we had discussed, what is matter made of, and what are the states of matter. In this session, we are going to discuss about what are the forms of matter and separations of mixture. Okay. What is first of all we have to know what is matter. What is matter? The substance which are present in and around our atmosphere is called matter. What is matter made of? The matter is made up of an atom or molecule. In that, what is the structure of an atom? The atom has the structure. It has the protons and neutrons present inside the nucleus. This is the nucleus, and in that protons and neutrons are present, and these protons and neutrons are revolved around by electrons. I already said, but I said that protons have both protons and neutrons are positive charge. So it is wrong. Sorry students. Protons have positive charge and neutrons have no charge. Okay. Protons have positive charge and neutrons have neutrons have no charge, and this electron revolve around the nucleus has negative charge. Okay. Last session I said wrong. So you can correct it. Okay. Okay. And now we are going to discuss about the matter and its forms. Okay. So matter is of two forms. One is pure substance, another one is impure substance. So in our atmosphere there are number of substance. Whether all the substance is in pure form? No. Some more than some of the substance. Most of the substance are in impure form. So consider air. Whether air is in pure form? No. Why? Because air is a mixture of gases. Air is a mixture of gases. What are all the gases present in air? The air consists of carbon dioxide, that is the gas which breathe out, and oxygen, the gas which breathe in, hydrogen, nitrogen, and also some of the dust particles are present in air. So air is a mixture of gases. Okay. And consider milk. Whether milk is in pure form? I said no. What about you? No, it is in impure form. Why? Here we doesn't mention the quality. Here we have mentioned the number of substance, number of particles present in a substance. Milk consists of proteins, fats, minerals, carbohydrates in it. So milk is a impure form. So from this what we have known that? We have known that pure substance means the particle which is the substance which is made up of only one kind of particle. The substance which is made up of only one kind of particle means it is a pure substance. Impure substance means the particle which is made up of more than one kind of particle. The particle which is made up of the substance which is made up of more than one kind of particle is known as impure substance. This impure substance is a mixture. Okay. Next, the pure substance may be element or compound. The pure substance may be in the form of element and compound. So here, what is an element? Element is nothing but the pure substance which cannot be broken down into two or more substance. Element is nothing but a pure substance which cannot be broken down into two or more substance is called element. So there are 118 elements present in our earth. The scientists discovered 118 elements so far, and these 118 elements are arranged in the form of table. According to their property. So that table is known as periodic table. Okay. So that table is known as periodic table. See here. This is the periodic table. It consists of 118 elements, and these elements are arranged in the form of table according to their property. Okay. These periodic table, that is these elements are of three kinds: metals, non-metals, and noble gases. These 118 elements are of three kinds: metals, non-metals, and noble gases. Okay. So you will study about this periodic table in higher classes detail. Okay. So so this element, for example, what is an example for element? Gold. gold. It has the symbol Au. Each and every element has its own symbol. The scientist who discovered that element has given the name. Okay, the scientist who discovered the element has given the name and also its symbol. So here gold has a symbol Au. Aluminium has a symbol Al. Hydrogen H. Oxygen O. So the first letter Al. For gold, the scientist has discovered, so he kept the symbol as Au. Okay, so like this, each and every 118 elements has its own name and its own symbol. Okay, have you all clear about the element? So now next we move for compound. What is compound? Yes, substance, that is two or more substance, two or more pure substance combined to form a single substance. Two or more substance combined to form a single substance. These by a chemical manner. What do you mean by chemical manner? Chemical manner is nothing but this compound will be prepared only in laboratory, and the ratio we are adding, the two substance we are adding, that will be in the form of fixed proportion. The ratio of number of molecules, number of substance, number of atoms we are added, that will be in the form of fixed proportion. So that is known as chemical manner. So here compound means two or more substance combined to form a single substance. Okay. So for example, what is the molecular formula of water? Has anyone known? Yes, correct. H2O. What is the molecular formula for water? H2O. Here, two molecules of hydrogen and one molecules of oxygen combine to form water molecule. Two molecules of hydrogen and one atom of oxygen combine to form water. So, compound is nothing but two or more substance combined to form a single substance in a fixed proportion, and it will be prepared only in the laboratory. Okay, this is known as compound. Okay, have you clear about pure substance? Next we move for impure substance. What do you mean by impure substance? Two or more than one type of particle present in a substance is known as pure substance. Mixture. So what is mixture? That is same. Two or more substance combined to form a single substance in a physical manner. What do you mean by physical manner? There is no fixed proportion, and that substance no need to prepare in laboratory. Okay, that is known as physical manner. So this mixture is of two kinds. One is homogeneous mixture and next one is heterogeneous mixture. What do you mean by homogeneous? The name homo means same, and the name hetero means different. So if two substances are added, here mixture means two or more substances combined to form a single substance. So homo means if two substances are added and that mixture will completely mix it well. If two substances are added and these two substances are completely mixed well, that is known as homogeneous mixture. Mixed completely, that is known as homogeneous mixture. Consider an example, salt and water. If salt is mixed with water, what happens? That salt will mix it completely in the water. So this is an example for homogeneous. What do you mean by heterogeneous? If two substances are mixed, that substance cannot mix it well. That is known as heterogeneous mixture. So consider an example, sand and water. So if we add sand with water, what happens? That sand will not mix it well with water. That sand will deposit at the bottom and the water will float at the top of the sediment. So that is known as heterogeneous mixture. That is an example for heterogeneous mixture. Have you all clear about this element, compound and mixture? What is an element? Single substance. A single pure substance cannot be broken down into two or more substance. Compound means when two substances combine to form a single substance in a chemical manner. And what is a mixture? Mixture is nothing but when two or more substances combine to form a single substance in a physical manner is known as mixture. Okay? Okay. Let us watch a video regarding this element, compound and differentiate between element, compound and mixture. Okay?
Hello everyone. In this video, we'll study about elements, compounds and mixture. We already know about classification of matter based on its physical state, that is solid, liquid and gas. Now let's see its classification based on chemical constituents. It is classified as pure and impure. Pure. Substances containing only one type of particles are pure substances. It includes elements and compounds. Example, water is a pure substance because it contains only one type of particles, that is, molecules of H2O only. Next is impure. Substances containing more than one type of particles is impure. It includes mixture. Example, milk is an impure substance. You might be thinking, how milk can be impure? I drink pure milk at my home. So friends, here I am not talking about the purity based on whether your milkman has added water in it or not. Here purity refers to the type of particles present. Milk has proteins, fats, lactose and number of different type of particles, therefore making it impure. So now let's talk about elements, compounds and mixture. Elements. It cannot be simplified further and the smallest entity of an element is atom. Example, iron, hydrogen, carbon, all are elements. Next is compound. It is a material made up of two or more substances combined chemically in a fixed ratio. The smallest entity of a compound is a molecule. Since they are combined chemically, it can only be separated by a chemical process. Their characteristics include they do not retain the properties of their parent elements. For example, H2O and CO2. You see here in H2O, hydrogen and oxygen gas molecules are combined chemically to give H2O, that is water, and in CO2, carbon and oxygen are combined chemically to give CO2. Next is mixture. It is a material made up of two or more different substances combined physically in any ratio. You see in mixture they are combined physically, while in a compound they are combined chemically. So the mixture can be separated by general physical means. They retain the properties of their parent substances. Next, its example include milk. Further, mixtures are classified as homogeneous mixture and heterogeneous mixture. Homogeneous mixture has the same proportion of its component throughout the given sample. It consists of one phase. As when you dissolve salt in water, you get a homogeneous mixture as you can't differentiate between salt and water. But heterogeneous mixture has different proportion of its component throughout the sample. It consists of two or more phases. Example, as you dissolve sand in water, it settles down and two different layers are formed. It occurs in the form of colloids and suspensions. I know you might be still confused between compounds and mixture. So let's make it more clear by taking an example of water molecule. H2O is made up of H2 and oxygen. Oxygen gas has the property that it supports combustion, and hydrogen gas is highly combustible, as it is clear from these two images. Next, these both H2O and O2 can be mixed in two different ways. First, if we simply add and mix them in a beaker, we get a mixture, as their properties are still retained, as it is still combustible and it still supports burning. Next, if we mix them chemically using electrolysis, we get a compound, that is water molecule. Here the properties of parent atoms are lost because water is neither combustible nor it supports burning. So that's all about the topic. Thank you for watching the video.
So students, have you all watched the video related to the topic? Have you all understand the topic? Okay. Shall we move for the next topic? So the next topic we are going to discuss is separations of mixture. So already we said that in our earth most of the substances are in impure form. So we have to separate the impurities from the mixture to get the pure substance. So we need a separation. So for that we are going to see the number of separating methods for the separation. Okay. So what is the separation? Separation is nothing but separating the process of separating the component or isolating or removing the component from a mixture to get the pure substance is called separation. Okay. So these separation methods is adapted for solid mixture, that is for separating the solid substance from a solid substance, solid impurities from the solid substance, and also for solid substance are removed from liquid mixture. Okay, solid liquid mixture. So this solid mixture is done by various separating methods. It is under various separating methods. What are the methods? Hand picking, sieving, winnowing, threshing, magnetic separation. Okay, hand picking, sieving, winnowing, threshing, magnetic separation. Okay, first we are going to discuss about hand picking. What is hand picking? The process by which picking up the impurities with the help of our hand. The process by which picking up them. What do you mean pick? Removal. So picking up the impurities with the help of our hand is known as hand picking. So consider an example, your mother will prepare your food. Your mother will prepare food daily, right? Yes. So before preparing food, what she will do? She will took some amount of rice in a vessel and she will check whether any impurities are present in it or not. So impurities means stone, insects, like that. So if it is present, what she will do? She will pick the stone or insects with the help of her hand and she will remove it. So that process of removing impurities with the help of our hand, so that is known as hand picking. Okay, have you all understand? So next, sieving. What do you mean by sieving? Sieving is nothing but the process by which removing the bran. What do you mean by bran? What do you mean by bran? The powdery nature of impurity. The impurities will be in powdery nature. Okay. So removing the impurities, that is removing the bran from the flour. What do you mean by flour? What do you mean flour? Flour is nothing but wheat powder, rice powder, like that. Okay. So removing the process by which removing the fine solid particles from the flour is known as sieving. Okay. So your mother will prepare chapati, right? So before preparing chapati, what she will do? She will remove the fine grain particles like bran from the flour. Okay, and then only she will prepare chapati. Okay, so that process is known as, that process of removing bran from the flour is known as sieving. Okay, have you all clear? Next, winnowing. What do you mean winnowing? Had anyone known winnowing? Winnowing is a process, that is the process of removing the husk. The process of removing the husk from the grain. Husk is one of the impurity, that is, see here, consider this is a rice and the outer cover of the rice will be in brown in color. This outer cover is known as husk. H-U-S-K, husk. Okay, these impurities, the impurities like husk are removed by the process of winnowing. Okay, this is done by dropping a mixture at a certain height, that is dropping a mixture from a certain height in the presence of wind. In the presence of wind, we have to drop a mixture so that the lighter particles like husk will be removed, will be carried away by wind, and the solid particles like grain will fall down closer to ours, and that will be in the form of heap and we can collect it later. Okay, this process of removing impurities like husk from the grain is known as winnowing. This method is mainly used by farmers. Okay, next, Next method is threshing. What do you mean by threshing? Threshing is nothing but the process of removing the grain from the stalk. What do you mean by stalk? What do you mean by stalk? Stalk is nothing but the plants. That the plants consists of a stem-like portion. That portion is called stalk. In that stalk only the grains will be in bunch. That is in the collection. Okay. So we have to remove that grains from the stalk. So this process of removing grain from the stalk is known as threshing. For example, when we pluck the flowers from the stalk, is it easier? Yes, but the same process is applied when we applied to the removing the grain. Is it easier? No. Why? Because the grains are smaller in size and its quantity also very high. So we cannot able to pluck each and every grain from the stalk. So for that, what will the farmers will do? The farmers will beat the bunch of stalk at very high volume. With very high force, so that the grains will be removed from the stalk. Okay, so what is that? The process of beating a bunch of stalk with a high force is that process of removing grain from the stalk is known as threshing. Okay, have you clear about it? The next one, magnetic separation. Have you all seen the magnet? I think you have seen, right? Yes. For playing, you will use the magnet. So, this magnet is used for separating the solid substance. That is, when two kind of solid substance are mixed, we have to separate one solid substance from the other. For that, we are using the magnet. So, the magnetic, for example, iron has the magnetic property. Iron has the property of attracting the magnet. So if iron is mixed with some other, for example aluminum, if iron is mixed with aluminum, we have to separate the aluminum. So how we can separate? If you use the magnet, the iron will attract towards the magnet, so that we can separate the aluminum. So this process of separating the impurities with the help of magnet is known as magnetic separation. Okay, have you clear about these topics? Hand picking, sieving, winnowing, threshing, magnetic separation. Have you clear about this? Okay. Next one, solid liquid mixture. It undergoes several separating methods. First one, sedimentation, decantation, filtration, churning. Okay. The first one is sedimentation. What do you mean by sedimentation? The process of settling down of heavier component when we left undisturbed for some time. Okay. What do you mean by sedimentation? The process of separating of heavier component from a mixture when we left undisturbed for some time. So that is called sedimentation. For here we consider sand with water. Okay. You take sand in a cup and you have to add water with it. What happens? And you have to stir it well. What happens? After few minutes, what happens? The sand will be settled down at the bottom and the water will be float at the top of the sediment. So that is known as sedimentation. So here, see here, this is known as the sand which is settled down at the bottom is known as sediment, and the liquid which is float at the top of the sediment is known as supernatant liquid. That liquid is known as supernatant liquid. Okay. When decantation. What do you mean by decantation? Separating this supernatant liquid without disturbing the sediment into another container. That we have to pour this liquid into another container is known as decantation. Okay. That liquid which we taken is known as which we separated is known as decantate. Okay. Next one, even though this liquid is separated without disturbing the sediment, it consists of number of fine minute impurities in it. So that impurities is to be filtered. Okay. So that process is known as filtration. How will you filtrate? By using some filter paper or cloth. So by using that we have to filter the decontate and we get the pure substance, pure liquid into another container. So, okay, so the impurities will be settled at the filter paper and the pure liquid will be dropped down at the we can separate the residue from the filtrate, residue from the pure substance. Okay, this process of separating the impurities from the mixture, impurities from the liquid is known as filtration. Okay, this sedimentation, decontation and filtration can be explained by a demonstration. Okay, we have to add see here we had add sand with water. Sand and water we had added and we keep that remain undisturbed for few minutes. After that we have to take and we can see that this sand is settled down at the bottom and this water floats at the top of the sediment. Okay, so this is the, what is this? This is the sediment and the liquid which is at the top of the sediment is called supernatant liquid. Okay, so this we have to pour into the another container so that what we can do, the decontamination process can be done. So see here, without disturbing the sediment, we pour the supernatant liquid into another container. Okay, so this liquid is called as decontate. So it consists of many impurities, fine solid particles in it. So we have to filter this. Okay, by using this filter paper and we have to filter this. So see here. So this liquid is known as filtrate. So the impurities are filtered and this filter paper consists of, see here, this filter paper consists of some residues in it. So this is known as residue. So like this we have to separate the impurities from that is separate the solid impurities from the solid liquid mixture. Okay, so the next topic we are going to see is churning. What do you mean by churning? The process of removing very fine solid particles from a mixture like liquid. So the process of removing a very fine solid particles from a mixture like liquid, that process of removing is known as churning. So here consider an example, curd. Okay, have you all seen curd? Yes. So that curd consists of butter in it. How will you remove that butter from the curd? Your mother will remove it. How she removed? She removed by beating the curd vigorously. By beating the curd vigorously, what happens? That butter will be collected at the side of the vessel. So that what she will do? She collect that butter and she removed it. So that you can get butter and buttermilk. Okay. So that process of removing butter from curd is known as churning. Okay. Next one, food adulteration. What do you mean adulteration? Has anyone known? That is, if you buy some substance from, if you buy some materials from market, what they will do? They add some harmful and unwanted substance into it. So that process of adding some unwanted substance into the pure substance is known as adulteration. The substance that is adulterated does not contain the original property of the pure substance. Okay. So consider an example, turmeric powder. You will see the turmeric powder where? In the kitchen. Your mother will use that turmeric powder for preparing food, right? So that turmeric powder will be added with yellow color substance, yellow color chemical substance into it. That yellow color chemical substance is an unwanted substance that is harmful to our health. Okay, harmful to our body. So that should be removed. So that process of adding unwanted substance into the pure substance is known as adulteration. Another example, tea powder. In your home, you will prepare tea, no? Your mother will prepare tea. So that tea powder consists of used leaves. Already prepared tea leaves will be present. They will add some used leaves into the new powder. So that process of adding unwanted powder into the tea powder is known as adulteration. Okay, so here in this session what we have discussed, separations of mixture and also what is element, compound and mixture. Okay, based on this separation method you can choose any 3 methods and you have to fill this activity. Okay, you can choose any 3 methods. You have to write separation method and example for separating method and the basis of the reasons for separation. Okay, you have to complete this table. And last session I had given 2 activity. Have you all completed that activity? Okay, good. You and the next session you have to complete this activity. Okay, have you all understand this topic what I have teach in this session? Okay, thank you. We can watch in the next session. Thank you all.